Guys, it's Saturday. I'm recording this at 9:39 p.m. California time. I am in California. You're not going to be able to find me. Don't even try. But other than that, you guys know I'm calling. And before you ask, yes, I'm biohacking. Don't worry about it. But here's the deal. There's some major news in the UFC. And we'll go just straight into the Jamahal Hill versus Khalil Rountree fight. And let's be real. It's hard not to give all 5 rounds to Khalil Rountree. Based on the dynamics of his striking, how he was completely able to piece apart Jamahal Hill and just just wash him. It's hard to not give him all 5 rounds. I think the first round was pretty close. I think actually their striking might have been a little equal based on output. But if you look at the actual significant strikes and the actual combinations put together, one fighter definitely outclassed the other, especially when it comes to stuff like combinations, effective use of all the tools, everything that just gave Jamahal Hill so much to worry about when it comes to the low kicks, which they were actually trading quite a bit in the first round. After about the second, it started to slow down because you could tell the welt on Jamahal Hill's leg was getting too much to bear, so he was just kind of trying to avoid those. But the main part of that was when you're trying to avoid the actual leg kicks from someone who's probably significantly stronger and better shape than you, you're going to get hit with something else. And that's kind of what we saw in stuff like round 2 and 3 when Jamahal Hill, I think in round 3 he got knocked down twice. We were kind of looking to say, oh shit, like is this actually going to be a finish? Like someone who was one of the light heavyweight greats, former champion, someone that like genuinely did not they had to give up their belt based on an injury. And I think we're just seeing a different version of Jamahal Hill now. I think if Khalil Rountree is able to outstrike him like that, it's kind of hard to be like, whoa, like what are we doing now? I think let's give Khalil Rountree his flowers. This guy's an amazing practitioner when it comes to Muay Thai striking. He used every single weapon to its most effective, less the knees. And I guess, Jamahal Hill even showed great Muay Thai with his clinches, but the best out of everything was just Khalil Rountree's low kicks. He chopped away at his legs, kind of took away his base. While he did that and Jamahal Hill started to defend the legs more, he came in and was trying to destroy the body early in the fight. This was within 2 rounds. He started moving on from destroying the legs completely to going after the body and landing devastating kicks to the body when he wasn't throwing hard punches to the body. So you kind of take that into consideration. You kind of have to score based on, well, the first 2 rounds, the output might have looked the same, but who had the best fight IQ between the two? And the clear answer is Khalil Rountree. Another way you could see this is that one of the criteria of scoring is ring control, or octagon control, octagon IQ. Stuff like that really comes into effect, especially when Khalil Rountree is throwing it in your face saying, I'm moving around the octagon as much as I want. Whatever position I want to be in, unless I'm being attacked with a flurry by Jamahal Hill, that he was landing little to no strikes, I could go wherever I want. He was shuffling back and forth around, making Herb Dean run around the two of them like he's having like it's a play date or something. Herb Dean's running around. Khalil Rountree's doing tapiokas, whatever you want to call crisscross, whatever you want to call it, around Jamahal Hill. Jamahal Hill can't cut off the octagon because he's so scared of being at an angle where he's going to get caught again, he's going to go down, or he's going to attack the body, and he's going to slow down, or he's going to attack the legs, and he's going to be scared to keep fighting. I think the closest round you could probably give is the 5th based on just general fatigue from Rountree. He kind of already made his statement saying that, listen, I already took all 5 rounds, or all 4 at least. You're kind of going to have to get something done. Other than that, I'm just going to cruise this one. And it was still a split round. I think 2 judges had that one Khalil, And the other judge was the only one that didn't have him winning 50-45. So I think based on this performance, we're kind of looking at a different Jamahal Hill, especially based on what happened after his injuries. I'm not really going to get into the other bits of the card except Curtis Blaydes' kind of inability to get his opponent out of there, Orolbai back in the win column, and Fiziev back in the win column. I think they're all, their fighting speaks for themselves, but they're not really fighting anyone noteworthy other than Bahamundas. Coming from a title fight with Curtis Blaydes, he should be kind of trying to show that he wants to get back to that position. The only real reason he got that title fight against Tom Aspinall was to get the win back. It's kind of a Chito Vera, Sean O'Malley situation where, yes, they are ranked in their division, but it doesn't really matter because it was the champion's only loss. Now it's starting to actually, that was kind of the starting line heavyweight fight to say, okay, Curtis Blaydes, you go first. It's time to start moving the heavyweight division again. Jon Jones has officially retired. He came out about it. He officially retired. I don't foresee Dana White allowing Jon Jones to come back to the UFC after disrespecting the company, after holding up an entire division of what usually is a fighting sport's best division, being the heavyweights. Jon Jones was single-handedly able to hold the entire thing up by not offering the champion a chance. The champion's not going to fight. The champion fought. He fought Curtis Blaydes. His only loss. He fought so that he could show. That was a year ago at this point, something around a year ago. Jon Jones defended his belt against a basically retired fighter, and he just wouldn't give Tom Aspinall his turn. And then he retires like a coward, and it's hard not to say he retired like a coward when he kind of did. He made it signal to everyone. He said, everyone goes, oh no, he never was going to fight. Yeah, thinking back to it, yeah, he probably was never going to fight. But why wait? Why go on a marketing campaign of marketing yourself as one of the highest considered fighters in the world? The arguable GOAT, the almost definitive GOAT, greatest of all time. The position that you were in, youngest champion. At one point, you were the youngest champion. Now you're the oldest champion in the UFC. You fought DC. You were the young one that got the chance, and you couldn't return the favor. You couldn't have a peaceful transition into your retirement. No fighter wants to retire on a fight night card in Bukak or whatever they were through Dana White saying, Jon Jones has retired. Tom Aspinall's the new heavyweight champion. You either want to go out on your shield or you want to go out with the sword. And now he goes out with neither. He goes out in Thailand. He goes out surrounded by a bunch of lady boys filming the Thailand, the Ultimate Fighter with Nate Diaz for no reason. Because he would make more money in one night fighting Tom Aspinall based on brand deals, sponsorships, everything. Anything that he wanted. Dana White gave him a blank check and said, anything you want to make this happen. And he goes, okay, I'm going to wait a year. I'm going to wait and fight someone that isn't even in the top 15. Someone who's not a fighter anymore. He's a fireman, Stipe Miocic. Stipe Miocic, if Jon Jones didn't fight him, would have never fought again. But let that sink in. That's what we're dealing with. Now we kind of have every division moving again. We got new title fights, new champions, new matchups being made. And I think one of the new things that we've discovered is, where is Jamahal Hill going to go from here? Who's Tom Aspinall going to fight next? Probably Cyril Gane. Maybe Volkov. Probably Volkov. Probably not Cyril Gane, especially after that last fight between them. But it doesn't matter. And could we see Jamahal Hill moving up to the heavyweight? I think his time at light heavyweight has just come to an end. He kind of doesn't compete with any of the other people physically. If you look at him, he's pretty out of shape compared to everyone else. Those body kicks looked like they were really hurting him. And let's play devil's advocate. Here's a picture of Khalil Rountree at his heaviest. Fat Khalil Rountree. Okay. Now, Let's do Jamahal Hill right now. Just Jamahal Hill in this last fight. Okay. Now Khalil Rountree's current physique. Okay. Who does Jamahal Hill look more like? Fat Khalil Rountree or more jacked Khalil Rountree? Or any heavyweight? Okay, now put up a picture of Khalil Rountree naked. Now put up a funny photo of you. Show everyone. Now put up a funny photo of me. No more editing for Owen. I'm sorry, guys. I'm abusing. But anyways, we finally get to see an active heavyweight division, and with that, we get to see a fun new matchups. We get to see, because Khalil Rountree probably does not have a future in the light heavyweight division, and that's just something that we're gonna have to admit. Who's he gonna fight again? Johnny Walker? We'll see. I hope that he moves up, because I want to see new competition in the heavyweight division, and I want to see some fun. I just want everyone to have fun. That's all I want. Just love the game. But other than that, I think that the Jon Jones is probably pretty major news. Khalil Rountree is favored, so I feel like a lot of people, other than me, expected him to win. But, I'll be the first to admit I thought that Jamahal Hill was going to put up a better fight, but I should have known after that injury. He probably wasn't going to come back and beat someone who I don't think people gave Khalil Rountree the benefit of the doubt in the fact that it was like, oh, you're able to stand in there with a dominant champion who's on like a 6-win streak and has won a belt in 2 divisions or 3 divisions or whatever, and he's doing like awesome. It's like, yes, that's awesome, but you haven't really proved yourself in the combat way other than going on a 5-win streak just to lose to the champion. So, maybe he's going to fight Ankalaev next. What's next for Rountree? Is it fight Ankalaev next? Is some people want a title breaker for Ankalaev and to fight Ankalaev next. A lot of people want to see Khalil Rountree versus Yuri Prochazka, which is something that I don't think many people would be uninterested in seeing, but I think it's more of a thing of who's more deserving of it at the time. They both just beat Jamahal Hill. They both lost to Alex Pereira. Maybe Alex Pereira fights one of those. I don't know if Alex Pereira wants to fight Ankalaev right away again. I think that his wrestling kind of showed itself that Ankalaev really couldn't put him down. It was the striking that was the problem. So I think we'll see what happens. But everyone knows that Alex Pereira always just has a come whenever you want, come fight. As one of the most active fighters, and we still haven't gotten a fight announcement. We kind of forgot about Alex Pereira at this point. No one really calls for the Alex Pereira fight. I think it's time we get something like that back. Because, it can't be Yuri Prochazka unless Alex Pereira gets the title again. But then again, is he going to want to fight Ankalaev again? That's the question. Jon Jones retired. Let's recap. Jon Jones retired. Khalil Rountree beat Jamahal Hill. Fiziev won. Curtis Blaydes won. Orolbai won. Pretty boring card. I didn't even know what was going on. I had to rewatch it after the fact because, the Middle East, man. What are you going to do? You love them, but you hate them. Hopefully they don't see this. Middle East, if you see this, I apologize. Nothing against you. Just leave me out of it. Anyways, guys, that's it. Thank you. I'm going to put some fun music on the freaking thing.